Doon 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 doon. Whoa! Whoa! I just got here. Doon 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 doon. What is going on? What, bro? Whoa! 50 off the bat? Bro, we have as many new members as we have people watching the stream. Holy flagnards. Goodness gracious, man. Bro. Oh, man. Holy flipping flagnards. Alright. Alright, so let me see, man. Dude, even yesterday when I had my backup camera, even that got Domi reversied like 60 times during that stream yesterday. So let's see if I get Domi reversied here again. Hell yeah, yes, we did. Bro, and the thing is, the one on this one isn't even complete. This is like a half Domi reversing. Hold on. Yes, sir. Okay. Let me pull this over here. We'll be alright. Yeah, there we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, man. Hold on. Let me see. So, now I bet a Gosh Panda, bro. I bet it was a lot of fun. Joaquin, man. Holy sweet mother of flagnards. Like I was saying there during the drums. You are far too kind. 50 gifted memberships before we even start. Before we even get into anything, Joaquin comes in and drops 50 gifted memberships. All love to you, Joaquin. Thank you so much for gifting 50 massive memberships to the channel. All love to you. I don't even know what to say. the fact that was the very first thing that I saw whenever I went to go with the drums was just crazy. So all love to you, Joaquin, man. I've run out of words for the Gordo say here of the channel, but I truly appreciate you for stopping by here today, and for flipping 50 gifted memberships. So all love to you, Joaquin, man. But just a few things, obviously, before we start here today. First and foremost, last night, I appreciate everybody who stopped by. I know it was really late, but we were live over on King of Lightning's channel, doing an interview with Vincent Chanzard, the legend. And it was so much fun, man. My internet was horrible. I mean, you want to talk about someone's internet being at its absolute worst, at the worst time possible. It was that, man. I mean, everything that happens here on stream was happening live while I was there with Cole and Vincent, man. So just imagine Cole and Vincent having to deal with me getting Domi reversed every time I turn on the camera. And I'm like, yo, that's exactly what my subscribers have to deal with every time I go live for a YouTube video. It's not me, it's Emu. So it's like, it was a fun time, man, and a wonderful conversation. God bless Vincent, man. What an awesome conversation. And then all love to King of Lightning for obviously reaching out. It was tough because on Sunday I went to the doctor and I was pretty much confirmed that this entire week I wasn't going to be able to do any YouTube stuff, especially coming off of last week. Last week was really hard. That's why I haven't made any videos with what's been going on. And so I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to do anything. And then Cole reached out and I was like, I can't say no to this, you know what I'm saying? So I told him, I was like, listen, I'm not gonna be 100%, but we're gonna be there no matter what. And I'm so glad that I was there. You know, that's why I did it from the bed and not from here, because I wouldn't have been able to do it. So today, obviously, I'm still recovering. So the stream may not be as long as like we normally do them. But I still wanted to be here because coming off of obviously last night and then tonight, I couldn't miss out on the chapters. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't miss out, and so I wanted to keep the momentum because I hate being stuck in bed, right? So I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do the stream today as well. Now I'm just hoping the internet can hold it down, man. And I apologize to everybody watching this either now live or in the VOD, because if last night was bad, man. It was so bad from an internet standpoint. So I just hope that today, we're all right. That today will be all right at the very least for a little bit. And so that's my hope and thought process for this stream at the very least. Let's just hope that none of it breaks, that the internet does not go down, because that is the very worst thing that could possibly happen at this point in time. Yo, Ali G, Ali flippin' G, man, coming in. So we have two of the Gorosei dropping in hot with another 50 gifted. Bro, we have 110 people in here, and 100 have been gifted memberships. That's absolutely nuts. So all love to Ali G, sweet mother of flatter. Y'all are insane. You know that? Y'all are absolutely insane. Y'all are absolutely insane. I don't know how y'all continue to do this, man. It's like whenever the Gorosei showed up in the episode, and they just come in, and you know the aura, and you see the crazy animation. That's how Ali G and Joaquin popped into the chat today. As per usual. Ali G, man, you know, got nothing but love for you, man. All love for you, and sweet mother Flagners. I don't know how you continue to do it, but man, apparently your hockey game is something I'll never be able to comprehend. So all love to you, Ali G, man, as always, and all love to everybody in the chat today who was able to receive a new membership thanks to these very, very kind individuals gifting 100 memberships, and we're 15 minutes into the stream. So all love to Ali G and Joaquin, man, on a serious note. But yeah, man, last night was a ton of fun, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. So like once again, all love to my boy King of Lightning. You know, that's one of my good brothers in this community, and so he even with all the technical difficulties, both him and Vincent, to which obviously, like I said, Vincent was extremely kind as well, and it just it was just so cool. It was such a cool experience. So I hope that everybody who watched it live and or watched it VOD had a good time, because I can promise you, if you had fun watching it, it was just as much fun being a part of that experience. And so all love to everybody who popped in last night and or watched the VOD over on King of Lightning's channel. But the next time I think that y'all will see me, unless I'm able to get back to doing regular stuff, after this week's reaction, like I said, hopefully I'll be able to do some videos in between then. But if not, it's going to actually be, I think, on the eve of my birthday, which is in 2 weeks. Because I believe there's no chapter next week. So if that's the case, we're going to have some fun next stream. next chapter stream. So that's going to be a blast. We're going to have a good time for birthday eve. Well, we're here until God knows when in the morning. Hopefully, you know, fully recovered and ready to go in like swimwear, because we're gonna have a good time that night, man. We're gonna have a good time celebrating not just a One Piece chapter, but also a good old birthday stream. So the next stream should be a lot of fun too. But let's go ahead and get into the supers. Yeah, man. I know Chanzar D. Vincent himself, Akash Vandal. Like, it was crazy, bro. Yeah, the Chopper agenda. And that caught me off guard. Shout out to the Chopper agenda, man. I was like, yeah, I'm down with that. Let's fire off on the Chopper agenda, man. We'd love to see it. Let me see. No, yeah, Vincent was great. Absolutely hilarious. Oh, no, yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, straight up. Unk age, lazy mofos. Unk age, bro. I almost can't believe it. You feel me? Like, never thought I'd get to this point. It was crazy. But no, I'll love to y'all. So we have some supers right here. I got some supers right here. It says Josh Pointer comes in. This is how you know we're in for some heat, man. You know, got the Golden State coming in. You got the Josh Pointer all caps. Comes in with a 10 and says, Zawardo! Hype, hype, hype chapter. No more words needed. See it for yourself. My dog just, at number 1, drops a Dio Brando. That's how you know we're in for some peak. You drop a Zio. We drop a Diego Brando reference mid chapter reaction. That's how you know we're in for some peak. But triple hype chapter, probably for the amount of Santa hats. And no more words needed. And I'm super excited to see it for myself. So all love to you, Josh Pointer, man. Goodness gracious, bro. And for this chapter in particular, because I was told to get off social media so early, I wasn't like I'm not privy to the amount of people that may have told me to get off social media, so I have no idea what to expect with this one. In regards to, like, I wasn't told like the red like that this is a red alert or a blue alert. It was just like, yo, you know, go ahead and start avoiding social media right now. I was like, bet. And then I of course, because I had to keep the collaboration in mind, and then I have another collab coming out later this week. So I had to keep those two in mind. But outside of that, it's like I was trying to steer clear of everything. So super looking forward to seeing what we got in store for this week. But of course, as always, love to the individuals who tell me each and every single time to get off social media in time. Once again, Joaquin, all love for the 50 gifted. Lazy Mofos, my boy, because membership for 32 months, says finally, we're back for the latest installment of that My Little Pony greatness. Hashtag the rancid agenda. Bro, when Vincent started talking about My Little Pony and in the alternate universe, so that we wouldn't get Buster called, that stuff was nuts, man. Yo, we were at least for me, I was fearing for Cole. I was like, man, this is on his channel. Like, I already know I'm gonna get Buster called. You know what I'm saying? My channel is like the living embodiment of getting Buster called. We get Buster called like all the time. We got Buster called live while we were watching that One Piece Day stream. You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to the Buster calls. My original channel does not exist because of a Buster call. So I'm used to it. I'm used to anime studios going in and not wanting any parts of you, boy. But I felt for Cole because I was like, man, I don't want my boy's channel to receive the Buster call. So I was like, man, we better watch out. But that My Little Pony segue was great. It was fantastic, man. We didn't want the Godosei dropping in. You know what I'm saying? So we had to be careful. But shout out to the Rancid Agenda. The Rancid Agenda was hilarious. That was great. All love to you, Lazy Muffos, man. Thank you. Once again, Ali G, man. All love to you. Dude, Ali, man, hope you have fun with Battlefield. I'm hoping I can get in and get some games in for sure as well this weekend. But yo, Battlefield dropping tomorrow, bro. It's going to be a good time. Very, very much looking forward to it. Jerry Upshaw then comes in with a 10 and says, I was watching Cole give a recap on his 1162 reaction. He felt so bad. He said you were amazing, though. Yo, all love to him, man. I'm the one that should feel bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that should have like had a conversation with my internet provider midstream and be like, yo, y'all gotta tighten up, man. Like, get your hockey up. Get your hockey up, bro. This is important. I was the one that was like, man, this feels extremely unprofessional for us doing this interview. I was like, man, Cole was kind enough to have me on, and I'm over here. My internet doesn't want to be a part of it, but that just goes to show how kind King of Lightning is as an individual. So all love to him, man. Seriously, all love to Cole for the kind words, because God bless him, man. And they really carried me through that, because it was bad, man. Just like I'm pretty sure it's bad for Real right now. Just imagine that, but. During an interview, so I just hope it doesn't go out, you know, God willing. But all love to you, Jerry Upshaw, man. Thank you so much for that. And then Pluto comes to membership for 30 months. All love to you, man. Dang, out here for two and a half years. Can't stay, but enjoy the chapter, Coach. Absolutely, I sure will, Pluto, man. I sure will. it's definitely something that I need right now. You know, I always say One Piece is the best medicine, and that's definitely what we need. That's definitely what I need right now is that One Piece medicine. So all love to you, Pluto. All love to everybody who delivered a any type of membership and our super, and just for anybody that's here, man. I truly appreciate y'all. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh yeah, Unspo, we're ready. We're ready to go up in like swimwear. My Little Pony, it was crazy. Yeah, it's for real. Hey, Sean, like, yo, Vincent was talking like he was describing the murals. Like, I was terrified for the squad. Let me see. Let me put up the poll. Oh no. Everything just paused. No, I think I'm still live. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Pope Killer says, I've been playing FF7 over the past couple weeks. Let's go. I'm on disc 2. One of the greatest discs. You know what? I can. That disc is so special, man. Like, I have so much nostalgia for disc 1. Is because obviously no memory card. You go through that so many times, it's pretty much ingrained in the mind. But I have so much love for disc 2, man. Like, it is such a masterful disc. And obviously I spent so much time on disc 3 because of like the end game content that's there. But disc 2 is just so special from a storytelling standpoint. God, man, and I'm having a blast. I heard all the praise, I heard all the praise, so I'm glad I'm feeling the same way so far. Pope Killer, I am so glad that you're enjoying it. Please keep me updated on your experience with FF7 and how fitting with I believe it was last chapter, right? They gave us the heiress reveal for the name drop, and I was like, man, that's a clear reference to my goat. So that's super, super cool, man. I'm really glad that you're enjoying it, and like I said, please keep me updated. I love that disc. Yo, shout out to disc 2. Disc 2 is special. That's some special stuff. Yo, Silver Shot, I definitely want to. There's just so many games dropping. I feel like I'm so behind. Obviously, after Trails, and then I still want to play Xenoblade X. So, and it's like, man, we got Battlefield tomorrow, and then next week is flipping Pokemon, and after that's Ninja Gaiden. After Ninja Gaiden's gonna be Zelda again. Then after Zelda, it's going to be Kirby Air Riders. It's a lot of games, man. I'm already behind that because I still haven't played Death Stranding. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know how much I love Hideo Kojima. And so and then there's another one I still haven't played. I still need to finish a bunch of stuff, so it's just, I'm behind. I'm behind. Michael Mickles, my boy. It's so good to see you, man. It comes in membership for 45 months. It says, Ali G and Joaquin, the True Goats. I might have to stop paying my membership or just be gifted. Bro, at this point, for anyone who would want to do that, I totally understand. Especially with the amount of times that such a thing could be gifted. Listen, if you want to play it up to the lottery, it could happen. It could happen. Thanks to the very kind individuals here on this channel. What's up, King? Didn't expect a chapter. I can't stick around. Have a great stream. Try not to break anything. We'll definitely try. We'll definitely try. But all love to you, Michael, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. And as always, man, nothing but love. Almost 4 years as a member is crazy, bro. That is absolutely insane. So all love to you, man. Seriously. God bless, and I hope you have a wonderful night, man. Ooh, replaying some Majora's Mask. Nice, Jerry. Great game. Wonderful, wonderful game. That's one that I still have on the on my brother's 3DS. Oh man. All right. Let's see. So we're gonna read the title this week. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I am still recovering from a visit to the doctor, and I'm good. I'm 100% good. It's just a stamina thing. So that's what I was telling Cole yesterday. I slept early so that I could be through the thing yesterday. So it's just it's. But like I was saying, it's been mainly a stamina thing, so I'm good. Bro, I was looking. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? So Frodo Baggins goes membership for 23 months and says, just finished Peak of Yote, now time for OP Peak. Bro, it kind of was an emu call, which kind of had me a little scared. That's why I was like, oh, I was like, yeah, what's going on here? That's why I was like, I don't know if I should pick this up or keep moving. I'm not sure. But it most certainly was a I think if I get another call, I might have to pick it up. If the individual that just called is watching send another bat signal. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if it's emergency or something. So just let me know. Refer to baggage membership for 23 months once again. It says just finished Peak of Yote. Oh, so you finished the game. Nice. And now it's time for One Piece greatness. Talk to me on how you felt about the Ghost of Yote greatness. Like I said, I haven't even touched it. So I saw a couple gameplay clips, and it definitely looks dope. But I haven't had a chance to touch it yet. So let me know what you felt about it. Let me know if it moved you. Let me know if it's Game of the Year contender for you. Talk to me. But Metro Prime Remastered, it's been pretty fun too. Brandon King getting ready for Metro Prime 4. We'd love to see it. That remaster for Metro Prime 1, I think they did a great job with that. They most certainly did. You know what it is, Quack 2. I can't escape Emu. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying before, it is a stamina thing right now. So if I see, if at any point it feels like I'm a little low energy or something, it is because of that. It's the medications from this week. So I apologize in advance. And if I end up missing out on stuff in this chapter, which may very well end up happening, then please, by all means, as always, let me know in the after part of the stream. This is probably a shorter stream than usual, but like I said at the beginning of the stream, I was not going to miss out on this no matter what. We are here, mid-Elbaf greatness, mid-God Valley greatness, and it is time for us to continue coming off of was it last week? Or no, the week before. The week before's installment with that Rayleigh flipping greatness, man, where we had clashes over here, we had Garp craziness, and to top it all off, we had the Rayleigh awesome sauce there at the end. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how we're going to follow that up with potential greatness. So it is time for us to read the latest installment in the best-selling manga in history, and it is also time for us to finally be able to sit down in this chair and read some greatness again, man. Like I said, it's been a while since I've sat down in this chair, so it just feels good. It feels good to sit in the chair again, man, because I've been doing so much stuff from over there. So it feels good to be here in front of y'all, red button on, and recording, man, because there has been quite a few times that I've wanted to do it within these last 2 weeks. So I appreciate everybody once again for being here for this one. But it's almost that time, baby. It's almost that time for us to go on and read the latest installment in our beloved, the one and the only, the best-selling manga in history, One. me see if did Emu come up with a contact? Okay, no, we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Peace. And like I said, if Emu calls, it's always crazy. Universal Punk comes in with a 5. Says, much love, King Recon. Much love, my brother. Things are getting crazy in the One Piece verse, and I'm thinking of starting my own channel to get in on the theories. Any advice? Yo, first and foremost, just, depending on what you're doing, whether you're doing on-camera content like this with a camera in front of you, or if you're doing something with like edits or where you don't show your face, either way, just get started. If that is what you truly want to do right now and you feel inspired to do it because of what's currently happening within the thing, just get started. Just start doing it. Because there is where you'll find out your groove, what it is that you want to do here within the community, what type of things you want to provide, what type of like you said, getting into it through the theory game, what type of the way that you want to get that message across for your theories. You're only going to be able to find that out by crossing that starting line and getting the motion of doing it. Because once that gets started, if this is something that you enjoy, you're just going to keep going. And so the best piece of advice that I can give you right now of someone that's thinking of starting it is to just start it. And then once you get started, just remember to always stay true to yourself and to what truly means something to you. With whenever you're talking about One Piece, whether it is like a theory that you're passionate about, that you maybe you think that someone may not rock with it, but there's going to be some people that do rock with it, right? And so just always try to keep that in mind and stay true to the reason why you wanted to start making theories in the first place, which, like you just said, is because of all the stuff that's happening right now, and you wanted to have your voice in the game to be able to talk about things that only you're going to be able to talk about Universal Punk. And so follow up on this super chat in any future stream or any future video when you do your first theory, and I would definitely love to check it out in my own time, because it's always dope whenever we have new individuals enter the community. And I would love to see what you've got cooking, especially with all the craziness happening within the One Piece story right now. And so definitely follow up in the future, man. Would love to support. And obviously there's members in the community that are always looking for new One Piece content creators. And so especially if you're doing things in the theory game, you know what I'm saying? You know how much, like for example, whenever I go over to Dax Sake's channel, that's our stuff. You know, like we love discussing theories and potential stuff in the future. And so anything that you can provide and bring to the table as a conversational point is going to be super cool. And so like I said, best piece of advice for right now though is to just get started. Get started, go in and start doing your thing, and just figure out your groove that way, and the way that you want to get the messages across, way you want to get the theories across. But the only way you're going to find that out is by actually doing it. And so if you're thinking about doing it, do it, because we are knee deep into the final saga, and we don't know how much longer we're going to be doing this thing as a community. And so it's the best time to start, because we don't know how much time we got left. So all love to you, man. Thank you so much for stopping by and letting us know. And like I said, keep me updated in any future video and or stream if you do actually end up starting something, because I would definitely love to show support. So all up to you. No, absolutely, Universal Punk, absolutely. And then we got Lexi D Sunflower, comes in membership for 30 months and says, even Peak Fiction takes his breaks. Don't push yourself too hard either. Hey, I appreciate you. but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I wasn't here last week. For sure, I was going to be here this week for some greatness. And so no matter what was going to happen, we were going to be here. But I appreciate you. It's a part of the DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling Cole yesterday, we got to move forward. And no matter what, we gotta move. When an opportunity presents itself for some peak, we got to go in. And so that is what we're here for today with chapter 1162 of the best-selling manga in history. And of course, we can read the title. Let's see. Oh no, we got a couple ads. Come on. Oh, no color page this week. One Piece chapter 1162, God Valley Battle Royale? God Valley Battle Royale? I don't know whether to be more excited about this as a One Piece fan, as a wrestling fan, or as somebody who plays video games. Because it's like, I think about Warzone, I think about PUBG, and flipping Fortnite, and it's like, okay, so we got a Battle Royale. And I think about it from a wrestling standpoint. We got a Royal Rumble going on. We have the Andre the Giant Battle Royale that happens every year at Mania. It's like, okay, so we got a big, massive Battle Royale in God Valley. And then think about from One Piece standards, does that mean we're throwing hands in this chapter? And it's just straight hands? Then we're going to see some boxing? God Valley Battle Royale is a crazy title for a chapter, man. One Piece chapter 1162, God Valley Battle Royale. And here we have Yamato eating a shish kebab. My boy Momo, Kinemon and Ulti. No Pepe. Onichal Yamato and the Holy Naru Shrine Pilgrimage final volume. Yamato's cover story is coming to a close. I feel like we've been in Yamato's cover story for more than a year, right? It's been quite some time. Well, I'm gonna miss seeing the Wano squad. You know how much I love Wano. So I'm gonna miss seeing the gang, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Oda's gonna have cooking after this cover story. Obviously, I think the next time we'll see Yamato, Momo, Kinemon, and Ulti will be within the manga. I think it'll be at some point in the final saga. Don't think it'll be soon, but because of how close we are to the end, I would expect to see it within the next couple of years. That Yamato comes back into the picture. At the same time, we would see like Momonosuke coming into the picture again, and Kinemon. So when all of them come in to aid us in the final battle, that is going to be when we'll see Yamato again. Unless somebody goes in and attacks Wano, and then we potentially cut over and see that, right? In order to get Pluton. But besides that, I think the next time we see them will be either when they're with us at some point in the final arc, or like I said, if somebody goes in to attack Wano. Dear Luffy Dono, it's another peaceful day in Wano. That's awesome. Luffy Dono, mind you. Nadia Cerulli comes membership for 17 months. Says, this community is amazing. I'm at the university and I received random notification that somebody's gifting memberships again. Yo, we do have the very best community, man. I mean, it's and I'm talking about the One Piece community at large. But obviously here on this channel, the kindest of individuals are here, and it's crazy. You could be in a place like inside of your class in university, or going to class in university, you get a notification like, yo, you got a random gifted membership on a King Recon reaction. But that's just how it works. That's just how it works. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. Well, I love to you, Nadia Cerulli. Hope you have a wonderful day over there at the university. I can't get over this title, man. God Valley Battle Royale. God Valley Battle. Yeah, Yamato's cover story is older than LF. But man, I'm gonna miss the Wano characters. I really am. But I rewatch Wano episodes all the time, so it's not like I'm gonna. It's not like I'm gonna miss them for real, because I go through that arc so much. But definitely gonna miss them within the cover pages for sure. Oda's note says there's all kinds of cured meats: duck, chicken, tuna. They're all so good. So Oda's turning into Luffy. This man is 100% turning into Monkey D. This man said, and I quote, there's all kinds of cured meats. And he proceeded to start off with duck. Duck, chicken, tuna, and that they're all so good. So apparently Oda was really hungry while he was out and doing his break. Which, by the way, I really hope that Oda continues to take care of himself. Anytime. I don't care what the most minor disturbance is. And I know that Ichiro Oda is an individual who is always trying to take care of himself. And that and the other individuals trying to take care of him. But because of how much of a workaholic he is, the only thing that I can hope for is that we can continue to keep Oda on a path where we save him from himself. Because he is someone who can overwork himself if somebody doesn't keep an eye on him. So I just hope that whether it's the editors... It's raining. My internet's already bad, man. That I'm going to have a flipping lightning strike. If... That somebody can keep an eye on Oda, man, because he's that's just it's in his nature. It's in his nature. I thought that was a flipping thunder going off there. That it's in his nature, man, to work extremely hard and bring us to greatness, because he just genuinely loves this stuff. So I just hope that they keep an eye on him, that he doesn't overwork himself. I don't know, like I said, what he had. I don't know if he had like an illness that he was just trying to get over, or if it was due to overworking, or whatever the case may be. But whatever it is, I just hope that Oda is all right now, number one, that his health is at the forefront first and foremost. But I also truly hope that Oda will be all right, and that we can watch over this man. You know what I'm saying? That we can keep an eye on him for the future, because I need my good man to I need someone to keep an eye on him. I need someone to keep an eye on him, because the man loves working, and he needs to take a break every once in a while. So I'm glad there's no chapter next week, so they can have an opportunity to take that break. Reset the thing here. It just randomly reset my stream. I'm hoping that it wasn't a lightning strike. Am I still live? Okay, I think we're good. Yo, Crack, I didn't even put that together. For the horse meat? That is true. Get this man off the meat, man. You know what? We're not pausing. We're not pausing. We're just going to keep going forward. We're going to disregard that statement. Quag 2 set me up on that one. And we're going to move forward here. Rocks and St. Bro, we're starting off the chapter with the line of text. This chapter, mind you, is titled God Valley Battle Royale. And the chapter starts with a line of text that says, Rox and St. Garling are clashing in the Northwest. Bro! Yo, salute, Animaniac. All love to you, man. Thank you so much for membership for 19 months. All love to you. All love to you. Holy flippin' flag darts! So, Rox and Garling are clashing while all this stuff happened with Rayleigh. And they're saying to send backup. What kind of backup would you send to possibly deal with Rox and Garling clashing? Brother, you better have, like, another GARP. You better bring in another GARP. Several Holy Knights. Several. If they can even do anything about that. You know what it is? Garling and Rox clashing? Bro, they better bring in flippin' Joy Boy. You know what I'm saying? There's only certain individuals who could possibly separate that. Roger, Garp, flipping Joy Boy. Like, yo, Rocks versus Garlic. So, Rocks versus Garlic. We got an Alabasta Marineford little square box. Rocks versus Garling's happening up here. We got the treasure right here, which is obviously the Shaq and Rayleigh stuff. And then Roger over here on the left. There's treasure, but you want to go the other way? It's Roger! We've got the Rocks crew behind us, and the Navy to our front. Go on ahead, Rayleigh. I'll handle things here. Let's go, Roger! My bad, Roger. Look at Rayleigh, man. Rayleigh holding on to Shacky like the man he is. Like the man that the Dark King is. Ensuring that she feels safe. Rayleigh got Shacky back. What? Man, I'm so jealous. Flagnard's me too. Beat Rayleigh and take Shacky. They're like, yo, F Rayleigh, man. Let's just make sure that Shacky's good. But that just goes to show if they're able to joke around like that things are on the up, right? Move the ship to the southwest. On it. So they're obviously protecting him. They're making sure that my boy Rayleigh is good, so they can take Shacky over to safety. We'd love to see it. You can't, you flagnards! Shacky would get hurt! So Shiki comes in and is like, what's wrong with y'all? Our girl would be hurt! Our girl is gonna get some sort of injury if y'all attempt to go in and take out Ray. Like, what flagnards wrong with y'all? Focus on gathering treasure instead. Everything else is still up for grabs, so everything other than Shacky, you know, right? The fruits that are here, the other potential treasures that could potentially be here. And so here we've got a panel of Whitebeard. Yeah. Goes in, swings. Shacky's smiling. Of course. How could she not be? How could she not be? This is what she was asking for the other chapter. It was like, yo, come and make me yours. And that's exactly what boy did. Shacky, there's something I've got to tell you. Don't say another word, I already know. Shacky, there's something I've got to tell you. Don't say another word, I already know. Like, baby, we don't gotta talk. This isn't the time for talking. Actions speak louder than words. We're moving over to something else. I wanted to stay here a little bit with Rayleigh and Shacky. So, I wonder how important this line is then. Shacky, there's something that I've got to tell you. I don't know if that has to do with the situation at hand, or if it's going to do something with, you know, him professing his love. But either way, we're here for it. Don't say another word. I already know. You know, she already knows, my boy. She knows your heart. But prize storeroom 1. It's crazy out there. B couldn't Ivanka. B couldn't ask for a better opportunity. Kuma, the fruit. So that means this must be whenever they run into to Big Mom. Is this it? Yes, I don't know. Vitch is Vitch. So just eat up. There we go. So exactly what we saw in the Kuma flashback. Big Mom comes in, snatches it. Phew, close one. Eva-chan, hand that one over too. That's when Kuma eats it, and obviously this is going to be the fruit of legend. Well, Big Mom has the other fruit of legend in her hand. Kuma, don't think just eat it. You have to eat it. Goes in, eats it. Big Mom is shook. Save them. If just imagine, it's a hypothetical situation. Big Mom actually gets Kuma's fruit and brings that back to the Rocks Pirates. I think. Number one, who would eat Kuma's fruit? Because obviously Kaido, I think, still gets the fish fruit with the model dragon. So I think he still gets that one. So it's like, who in the Flying Flatirons besides Kaido gets this? Don't tell me Streusen or someone ends up with like Kuma's fruit. Like, what was the game plan there? If Kuma did not have his fruit, if he did not have the paw fruit, and Big Mom was successful in getting both of these fruits, who in the Rocks Pirates or who in the Big Mom Pirates would have had the Kuma's fruit? That is interesting food for thought. I'm honestly not sure. I imagine it would be one of the kids. Potentially, right? It probably one of Big Mom's kids. Save them. If we get a single person off the island, we can call this a victory. And obviously, we know where that goes. But it's super cool to get this from the context of of what's currently happening, right? Within the manga. So, super super dope stuff. The islands devolved into a pirate war zone, and we have Is that Stussy? No, I don't think so. It's someone wielding dual guns. Well, it could be. Yeah, I think so. Is that Marco? Did Marco just kick the Flagnarts? Is that what we're seeing right now? So it is Stussy. Bro, it's gotta be Marco. Look at his hair. And look at the way in which he fires the kick. Like his pops? Okay. Flipping Marco's pops too. So we got Stussy on the right, dual wielding. And then, bro, but look at the kick. That's the Marco kick. How old is Marco? Hold on. Well, I feel like I can't search anything up right now. I don't want to get spoiled. But how old is Marco? Chat, let me know how old Marco is. I genuinely don't know. Is this his pops or is this him? Because, bro, look at the kick. That is the Marco kick. That is definitely the Marco kick. And look at the hair. Sweet mother of Flagnards. Should we pull back or try to capture them? What are your orders? So, Marco's 45. Oh yeah, that's definitely not Marco. He would still be a kid at this point. So, man, but bro, that just looks so much like Marco. Whoever this is, either this is just a dude that looks like Marco, or this is like Marco's uncle, Marco's pops. It's someone. Man. But that kick, that is a Marco kick. That is most certainly a Marco kick, man. So we cut over. What are your orders? Massive explosion. Marine group location. Is that Garp? Garp. Hey, Sengoku. Did you know about this crap? What crap? I think I recall someone alluding to it in a vague rambling report once. The guy up and vanished from Navy life sometime afterwards. Who? This doesn't feel like a dream. They really did this. And Garp is pissed. Wait, what? Hey, Sengoku, did you know about this crap? And he's running. Bogard next to him, right? That's Bogard? So Sengoku comes in, and it shows the battlefield of the soldiers. I think I recall someone alluding to it in a vague rambling report once. The guy up and vanished from Navy life sometime afterwards. Hey Sengoku, did you know about this crap? I think I recall someone alluding to it in a vague rambling report once. The guy up and vanished from Navy life sometime afterwards.
This doesn't feel like a dream. They really did this. I'm a little perplexed. So no, I see the people. I know it's the hunt, but I'm talking about are they referring to their anger towards the Holy Knights, towards the Celestial Dragons? So is Garp showcasing his anger here towards specifically the Holy Knights and the Celestial Dragons for taking part within this game? So what is this? I understand that, right? I understand that part of Garp's anger, but what does this mean about the guy up and vanished from Navy life sometime afterwards? What does that mean? A dude got emu'd. He got emu'd for talking about this information. Ah, that's potentially what would happen. Okay. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. Now I see the scope of the situation. So he's coming in disbelief about the hunt that's currently going in, the people that have been taken out. What Sengoku's talking about, the individual he's talking about, is the one who has relayed this information in that vague rambling report. And the person who wrote that report, the person who did that report, got emu'd, got deleted for delivering this information. And because of that, Garp then responds and says that this doesn't feel like a dream. Those Flagnards, these Celestial Dragons, those pieces of garbage, they really did this. So it's going into what we were talking about within the last chapter about Garp, and does he really know about all this stuff that's really going on? And this is a follow-up to that of like, oh no, this is Garp actually starting to understand what's actually happening here on God Valley and the sickening things that these individuals do. And so I gotcha. Transferred, temporarily restationed, retired, the first snitch in the story. Okay, so he either got killed or transferred or retired, whatever the case may be, but the brother is no longer there because of what happened here. But I have a better understanding of the situation there, so I appreciate y'all. Because I was a little confused about the dude and the importance of the dude. But everything makes sense now. So I'm glad that Oda touched upon this, though. Because we were wondering if Garp would be okay, or if any of them would be okay with what's currently happening here on God Valley with this whole rabbit hunt, but they didn't know about it, which is really interesting to me. This doesn't feel like a dream. They really did this. So now we're going to see Garp's response to that. How is he going to feel about it, and how is it going to lead into that line of propaganda that states that Roger and Garp protected the Celestial Dragons if he knew they were doing this? So now I wonder where that line of propaganda goes into. Like, where's the truth in it? Where's the lie in it, right? So, man, this continues to thicken. But I'm so glad that Oda included this. Rox's location. Why ain't these guys dying? Eris! Xebec put me down. He went back for his wife. Rox! My boy went back. Oh no, I my camera. We're good. I thought I almost fell. Dude, my boy went back. All the way to be able to make sure, because he's a man of his word. And he was like, yo, I'm going to make sure that my kid and my wife are good. Why ain't these guys dying? Xebec, put me down. This dude Rox is confronting all of the Holy Knights. All of them? He transformed! Wait! Why do they have tridents? Why do they have the Domi Reversi tridents? You know how that silhouette followed whenever the Giants in Elbaf got... Is this... But that one... Are these the Holy Knights? Are these Domi Reversing individuals? Because we see... I think this is Garland in the middle. And I think that's old girl with the long black hair on the left. But the other ones, I don't know if these are the Holy Knights or if these are Domi Reversing individuals. Because look at the wings. Those are the wings and tridents that accompany Domi Reversing individuals, bro. So that means that flipping Emu has to be cooking somewhere. Dude, what? So, Garling, old girl, and these 4 silhouetted individuals. We've got no choice but to run. Wait, Xebec. And we've got Rox running with his wife. Is that Blackbeard in the back? I think I see an afro. He's such a goat, bro. He's such a king, dude. Some of the others got caught up and transformed. And transformed! And transformed! Some of the others got caught up and transformed. What happened? Is it an ability? Pops, it is! It's Domi Reversing! So that means Emu's here, bro. So that means Emu's here. But where is he? Where is he? So this dude Rox was fighting against Domi Reversing individuals. Did he take over Gunko? Emu had to have taken over Gunko. Bro, what in the flying... So... These individuals get Domi Reversing. There's 4 of them here, alongside the Holy Knights, and they're clearly Domi Reversing. Because on the bottom you see Pops, Granny. What in the world? And you see that they are clearly, I mean clearly, Domi Reversing. Man. They dealt with this live on God Valley with no context. Could you... I don't know how much context Rox has to the Domi Reversing ability and like the potential possibilities of this thing. I don't know if it was like written in like a stone or something, which is how he knows about Davy Jones. You know, Dak and I talked about this. Like, I don't know how privy he is to abilities and things like that. But how shocking must this be? To see something like this being possible within the verse. So Domi Reversing happens. Pops, Granny, what in the world? He sure is strong. This dude is hurt! My boy Rox was taking care of business! Yo! Rox was taking care of business! This dude Garling is mad hurt! He's missing half a shoulder! He's missing half his head! Rox, baby! Rox! He gave him a whole new hair in his head. Rox was handling business. Rox is handling business against two holy knights and dumb reversing dudes. He's him, man. He's him. He sure is strong. It takes quite a long while to regenerate from his sword slashes. He said it's taking a while just to regenerate. That's how strong the brother is. You can't instant regen. Garling was... Oh. So, it's pretty much confirmed. Based on what I'm seeing here. If Garling did not have instant regen or regen in general, he would have been dead. Look at how he cut his head. This is disgusting just looking at. His brain is exposed. Rox would have killed him. We wouldn't have a Garling in the present. He sliced his shoulder and his head. Oh my goodness, dude. Rox, man. So old girl says, but now we know he's also part of the Davy clan. Finishing him will please the Great One. If you smell, you know it's crazy. When you think of the Great One, at least for me, I always think of whenever they speak of the Rock in that way. And you know, Emu and Rox have this sort of connection, especially after 11:55. So it's like, yeah, man, you're pleasing, you're gonna be pleasing the wrong Great One, Emu, not my boy Rox. But man, dang, dude, fighting against Domi Reversi dudes and two Holy Knights, and was still giving Garling the work. Shout out to Rox! But now we know he's also part of the Davy clan. Finishing him will please the Great One. Indeed, the interruption to our tourney has turned out to be a blessing. Let me go, Xebec! Are you gonna try to fight them off one-handed? One-handed individuals upscale. Everyone in One Piece with one hand just got an upscale as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, brothers with one arm just got an upscale. He was handling business with one arm! One arm! He had his wife and kid in one hand, and Garling's entire respect and dignity in the other. Taking care of business! Taking care of business! Are you gonna try to fight them off one-handed? Let them try! Let them try! Don't you get it, Eris? If anyone bearing the Davy name is caught, they'll go through so much suffering, it'll make hell look tame. And we see that even with just somebody that has Buccaneer blood. With Kuma, right? How much they made him suffer, how much they made his entire family suffer. And so, I imagine it would be a similar type of suffering for someone of the Davy family, of the Davy clan. So, Rox is trying to look out for the family, man. If anyone bearing the Davy name is caught, they'll go through so much suffering that it'll make hell look tame. Which is kind of crazy because he's confronting those very same monstrosities right before him. I know that. I'm a full-fledged part of the Davy clan now. I'm a full-fledged part of the Davy clan now? What does that mean? The brother with the big hat? The one that we were talking about a few chapters ago? These are David Clan individuals? Everyone here was always so nice to me, even though I was a pirate. Everyone on God... What are they implying with this statement? That the individuals on God Valley are like, all? A select few? I'm a full-fledged part of the Davy clan now. Meaning that she married into the Davy clan because of rocks? Or did she become a full-fledged part of the Davy clan by being accepted by the people here on God Valley? What does that mean? That's Rox's flipping pops! Blackbeard's grandpa was rocking a straw hat? Yo, man, every day these Davy Jones was Joy Boy theories are they're getting harder. They're getting harder, man. They are getting harder. They are getting harder. The Davy Jones is Joy Boy theories are going nuts. I'm a full-fledged part of the Davy clan now. Everyone here was always so nice to me, even though I was a pirate. I fully understand the fate our clan faces. Now put me down. Eris falls, the poor girl. She rolls. Oh, and she fights her way out. Rolls. Hey, if I was the kind of woman who just clung to you and couldn't protect a single child, you never would have fallen for me, right? Okay, Eris! Okay, and look at Blackbeard. Blackbeard's witnessing great. Bro, Blackbeard was given two goated parents. Mom is like, bro, Mom has the individual who was boxing 2 holy knights and double reversing individuals with one hand. And she was like, nah. If I was only depending on you, then I wouldn't be one of the goats either. So she's like, baby, let me take care of my thing. You take care of your thing. Eris! Everyone named Eris in the stories I've read are all goated. Another individual named Eris who is goated. It never fails. It never fails, man. And Blackbeard witnessing this greatness, bro. You never would... Look at this. If I was the kind of woman who just clung to you and couldn't protect a single child, you never would have fallen for me, right? Look at that. Come on, bro. She really does look like Olvia, man. Like, what are we cooking, dude? Don't be an idiot. If it looks like they're about to get me, I'll kill Teach and commit suicide because he doesn't want him to suffer. Because she doesn't want him to suffer. Eris. Eris said that if it looks like they're about to get captured, she won't allow their son to suffer all of the stuff the Davy clan would suffer. What makes his statement so tragic is we know both of them don't make it out of this. Yet Teach lives. Blackbeard, man. Flipping flagnards. We'll survive this by splitting up. Let's meet on Lucia. Let's meet on Lucia? Let's meet on Lucia. What Emu said. Remember when Emu said that it was fate, that Lucia would fall in that moment? Bro, the pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together. She just told them 3D2Y on Lucia? So does that mean that Lucia has a connection to the Davy clan as well? Why would she specifically point out Lucia? Was Lucia where she came from? So the place where Blackbeard's dad and mom potentially came from were both deleted. What are we cooking here with Blackbeard and Emu? This is now way more than just these are the two endgame antagonists. These are two individuals who are gonna have a hardcore beef. If I'm Blackbeard, I have more beef against Emu than Luffy does. Like, bro, you have got to be kidding me. Don't be an idiot. It looks like they're about to get me. If it looks like they're about to get me, what a tragic statement from Mom to have to say that. And she re-solidifies to Rocks that we're gonna survive. Let's meet on Lucia Xebec. So is that how Blackbeard survives? Then what happened to Mom? What happened to the mother if she managed to live through this? Garling, he regenerated. Finally dished your wife and kid, huh? Now then, what'll the next attack be? Why am I the one being saved here? Rocks! This man Rocks said, and I quote, why am I the one being saved here? He's like, yo, my wife, the legend that she is, was just like, yo, I'm gonna go over there and do the hard part, and go make sure that our son lives on, and is given a bright future, right? Like, I am going to do the hard part. Rox, you just go out and fight these flipping flagnards. You know what I'm saying? So Rox is like, man, why was I given the easy job? You know, why was I given the easy job? My wife got the hard job. Why am I the one being saved here? Garling, you didn't want a piece of Rocks when he was stripped down to one hand. You didn't want a piece of Rocks when he was handicapped by trying to make sure that his wife and kid were good. You don't want a piece of Rocks who now has just been given the resolve of the future of his kid and his wife. You don't want to mess with that Rocks. You know, I don't care if you're flipping Shamrock and Shanks' pops. You don't want to deal with that Rocks. You don't want to do that, Sonny. Rocks. He goes in, charges, he slashes. And he cuts through the entire island. island. Afraid I can't let you go any further. Now bring it on, you monster. I love Rocks, man. I love Rocks, dude. Like, legit, this dude is like, you know, Rob was talking about the One Piece Hall of Fame. Shout out to my boy Shonen Showdown. He was talking about the One Piece Hall of Fame. But I'll tell you what, man. There's Hall of Famers, and then there's all-timers. And this dude right here is a Hall of Fame all-timer. He was chosen for greatness, and then he lived up to that expectation. And whether he wasn't chosen or not, he still made himself great. He's still one of the greatest to ever do it. And if it wasn't because life is such a flagnard, this dude would be known as one of the greatest pirates who ever lived. But even with that being said, this man didn't even care about all that. He was just him. And he was forgotten to history, forgotten to time. But we didn't forget. We will never forget. Because once you know about Rocks, you can't forget about him. He's just him, man. He's that guy. That's my boy right there. You know what it's like, bro, there are certain characters that you just rock with. And from day one, I have rocked with this dude, no pun intended. Man, you know what? All puns intended. I rock with this dude heavy. But to see how he actually is, and the ways in which he's a very kind individual, but he also values what he values in his life. And he's willing to stand up for what is important to him. He's a man's man, bro. He's the manliest man who's ever manned. Just seeing the brother on this page adds hairs onto my chest. You don't even have chest hair. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up with a full head of chest hair because of Rocks. All these dudes out here buying these things for creating hair follicles. You want to create some hair follicles just for men? Talking about some, yeah, we got something for just for men for you. Right here. Sponsorship with Rocks D. Xebec. You want to grow some chest hair? You want to grow some hair up here? You want to grow some hair where the sun doesn't shine? Rocks D. Xebec. That's a brother that put some hair on your chest. Natural. Natural hair. Natural hair, son. That's a man's man. Like that one SpongeBob song. Now that we're men, we've got facial hair. Now that we're men, I wear my underwear. He's a... He's a man's man. Rocks, yo. That's my guy, man. Bring them all on. Domi Reverse Seed, the Holy Knights, bring them all on. It's my guy, bro. Xebec, the wife, running with Blackbeard. This may very well be the last time that Blackbeard sees his father. You know what, man? I take back what I said in that discussion video a few weeks ago, where I was like, man, I'd be all right with the Blackbeard idea, the Dragon idea, and the Shanks idea of any of them being in the Holy Land. I just let it be Blackbeard. Oda, for me, let it be Blackbeard. Let it be flippin' Blackbeard, bro. Just pulling up on the Holy Land when the world is at its most chaotic. Just let me see it, man. Just let me see it. Let me see it. And then have Dragon and Shanks pull up at any point after that. But I gotta have my boy fucking Blackbeard. Gotta see my dog, man. Outside storeroom 1. Mama, this'll do. And his big mom. can't even say his name. Kaido's fruit. A model of the fishy fruit. I'll feed it to Katakuri. Could you imagine Katakuri? Katakuri with the dragon fruit? Could you imagine Katakuri without the mochi? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Bro. Could you imagine? Katakuri. And Katakuri eating that fruit. It would have been a whole different story in Whole Cake. A whole different story in Whole Cake. Oh, man. That would have been nuts. But you know what? I prefer Katakuri with the mochi. You know, I do. I prefer Katakuri with the mochi because of how it fits thematically as within that fight with Luffy. But in another world, another reality, in the My Little Pony verse, as Viz and Chansar talked about yesterday, Katakuri would have Kaido's fruit. You know how nuts that is? So it's Katakuri with Kaido's fruit, and then another one of her kids with Kuma's fruit. Man, Big Mom would have been unstoppable. Big Mom would have been unstoppable. Or she was probably planning on giving Kaido Kuma's fruit, which that would have been crazy. Can you imagine Kaido having the ability to teleport? Oh my god. Kaido with teleportation? Man. A model the fishy fruit, I'll feed it to Katakuri. My future crew is going to be overwhelmingly powerful. I mean, it already was. But, do you imagine had they had the flipping Kaido's fruit Katakuri? Good lord. Kaido! And he comes in. And he smacks the ever-loving flag nose at a Big Mom! Fruit goes flying? So she didn't just give it to him. Kaido got it! Holy flipping... He comes in, hits... and he eats it immediately. He eats it immediately! That's how he ate his fruit. My boy Kaido. Because he was like, nah, I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with something, man. Rayleigh got Shaggy. I'm leaving here with something. And he smacks the Flagnars out of Big Mom. With his club. Sends the fruit into the air. This is hilarious, by the way. For prime Whoopi's comedy. Big Mom is shook, knocked the hat off. While he's sitting there eating it with a grin on his face. Screw you, Kaido! And now they start boxing. That's just great. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. So that's how Kaido got his fruit. That's great. Dragon! Where? I won't let you die. I won't let... Oh. Okay, forget what I just said about Blackbeard. I gotta see Dragon pull up in the flippin' Holy Land, man. And by that same token, I gotta see Shanks pull up. They all gotta run the hand. Bro, they all gotta run the ones with the Holy Knights, man. They all gotta run the one. Look at this. Look at this page. Split down the middle in perfect perfection. Dragon and Shanks. I won't let you die. I wouldn't have my red-haired king if it wasn't for Monkey D. Dragon, man. And I wouldn't have my boy Blackbeard if it wasn't for Aris. Aris and Dragon MVPs. They both say, I won't let you die, the next generation, the individuals who are going to be in charge. Little do they know they would be opposed at each other, right? The two sides of the pirate coin. Dragon. I gotta see them all pull up, man. I gotta see them all pull up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes you gotta flip flop when you're reading One Piece, and I'll tell you what, you gotta do it, bro. You gotta do it sometimes in the same chapter, bro. I want to see all three of them throw hands with the Holy Knights, man. I gotta see it. But Blackbeard's gonna see Emu. That's personal. Unless Emu like kills Luffy's mother or something, this is personal. This right here is personal. You know what I'm saying? Dragon, we deal with the Holy Knights and Garling and all that. The Gord will say all that. But Blackbeard's gotta see that man Emu, bro. Blackbeard's gotta see that man. But I love this page. I love this page because it showcases two individuals that obviously at this point don't have the same fighting strength, quote unquote, as all the other individuals on this island. But what the wonderful chapter with what was her name? Old girl in Elbaf with the warrior spirit. Flipping Flatner. What was her name? It was one of my favorite chapters of the year. Man, what was her name? Chat, let me know. What was her name again? The old girl with the warrior spirit in the kid back in Elbaf. Man, I don't remember. It was Rania. Thank you, Rania. So just like Rania said or Rania displayed in that chapter, you do not have to be physically strong. You don't have to have the highest levels of hockey. You don't have to have the fighting prowess of the Giants of Legend to be able to display the warrior spirit as is shown within the context of the present day Elbaf narrative. When we have our two individuals who embody that very same type of never say no attitude of I'm going to make sure that someone survives this, that never give up attitude, to be able to do something that is way beyond their capabilities, the way that we're seeing Dragon and Eris do within this chapter. And it's extremely beautiful even on its own, but adding on the Elbaf context of what the entire arc's been trying to say about what a warrior spirit is, which is not necessarily your fighting strength or what you can do in combat, but it's all about what's in here, what's in the heart, right? Like, what are your intentions, and how far are you willing to go for those things? And we're seeing how Dragon and Eris are willing to go on, are going beyond their capabilities to ensure the safety and the future of the next generation, man. And I love how it's displayed here, especially like I said with present day context. Behind the game stage, prize storeroom 2, and we see the treasure chest. I found the treasure. Woo! Ric Flair's here. Where's Flair? I've never seen this much loot before. Whoa, there's double fruits too. Is that Gabon? Load it all up! My heart skipped like 15 beats. I thought that was your room. When I saw this cross on the bottom, I was like, there's no way. We found Mihawk's sword. Here, but now it's just this big behind golden cross right here. Oh, I was about to say, man, that's a treasure and a half. Mihawk's blade. Like we'd let the Roger Pirates get away with all this. Goes in, attempts to clash with Gabon. Drive the pirates off the island. Nothing makes sense here, even justice. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's a line. That's a line. That goes into what Dragon said back in the Kuma flashback, where he said the time that he spent in the Marines showed that that there was no justice to be found there. And for Pops to be saying the same thing upon seeing the full display of what the Celestial Dragons are actually capable of. He says, nothing makes sense here. Even justice. Even justice. I love that we're getting this from Garp. I love that we're getting this type of stuff from Garp, man. Because we were talking about this, like I said, I'm sure this was a community-wide thing, about how Garp felt about these hunts and the Celestial Dragon plotline. But he's like, yo, none of this stuff is right. Nothing makes sense here. Even this sense of justice. Even the justice that I believe in. Nothing here makes sense. The WG's Navy, please let us go. And showing these slaves, man. Because they believe that Garp and them can do something about it. They're supposed to be the ones on their side. Massive explosion. They get taken out. God Valley is not a member nation. God Valley is not a member nation, and as such, they just took them out. What a bunch of sick flagnards. Garp, man. Now I understand why you never wanted to talk about the God Valley incident. How could you talk about something like this? This is why he never wanted to become an admiral. Because that would imply he would have to directly serve under these flagnards, as he said back in the Reverie. Kuma, even if I only manage one more, I'm gonna save as many of these people as I can. Saturn is Rock's dead? So Saturn was thinking back to Kuma. And he gets a codec call in his brain. Saturn is Rock's dead. Well, things have continued to unfold outside of our expectations. In fact, what the flip is that in the air? All this intense destruction, I believe if it continues. What is that? A dragon? Kaido! It's a good day to be a Kaido stan! Let's go, boys! Let's go, boys! The first time that he unleashes the ability is right here, right now, live on God Valley. Come on, man. Dragon goes in the air. Now Monkey D. Dragon. Kaido goes up in the air. We risk something else being unleashed. All this intense destruction, I believe if it continues, we risk something else being unleashed. I believe this is Saturn talking. Things that continue to unfold outside of our expectations. In fact, all this intense destruction, if I believe it, if it continues, we risk something else being unleashed. That must not be permitted. Kuma! Thank you. Thank you. Kuma-kun. No need to thank me. We have to hurry. Anywhere but here would be heaven. And of course, I guess my boy Kuma. The hands of liberation. I had given up on surviving this. Thank you. Ba-dunk. Thank you. Do-dunk. Thank you. Do-dunk. Just knowing how much these people had to suffer in real time. And they had a hope in Kuma. Kuma was able to give them that hope with an ability that he just gained. It's beautiful stuff, man. Kuma saved 500 people. 500 people, like Scale said. 500 people he was able to save in this situation that had no hope. These individuals had no hope, no ways of surviving, no ways of potentially getting out of this alive. And even if they did get out of it alive, there was no hope for their future because they would get chased down. And Kuma ensured their survival. You want to talk about a chapter having some of One Piece's best characters. Ah, man. Beautiful stuff. Hockey? Is it rocks? Thank you. Rocks. Thank you. This hockey has Roger shook, Garp, and rocks! Saturn. It's gotta be Saturn. It's gotta be Saturn. Either Saturn or flipping Goku. There's only two. There's only two. Rocks, Garp, and Roger are all shook by this hockey. The only time I've ever seen somebody react to hockey like this is back on Elbaf when... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, really flip. Wait! So... Oh, never mind. It's just Saturn. I got excited. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be Ibu. Because, bro, we saw the reverse E. We saw the thing. It's gonna might be Ibu. This is flipping Saturn. This is flipping Saturn. Because we see the spider legs right here. Saturn. Boss, it's rocks and the others. But man, for Saturn showing up, getting these individuals this crazily spooked, just goes to show how crazy the Gorosei are from a hockey standpoint, right? Because I remember whenever they initially showed up, and whenever all of them especially showed up on Egghead, like the hockey had the entire island shook. But I think the only time I've ever seen, like, bro, remember when Luffy was shook, Loki was shook, Zoro was shook when Imu showed up? I was like, man, this could be it. It's just flipping Saturn. But I now I'm really curious as to how this goes about. Because now we're going to have a Saturn that is going to be going in on the God Valley incident that has Rox, Garp, and Roger. So I wonder what happens in this incident that who's, because obviously Saturn wants to go after Rox, but if the entire island is feeling this hockey, they're going to go towards the source of that. So do all of them see Saturn? And if all of them see Saturn, then I don't know. I don't know what that implies. Boss, it's Rox and the others. Hold on, this probably isn't the time for that. It's like, no. This is something out of the ordinary. Man, all three of them are shook, bro. Gorosei hockey is crazy. How dare you go after my family? If you want me dead, I'll take you down first. Rox! This dude Rox is so raw, bro. He's go raw, fire, and raw. And raw. And raw. How dare you go after my family? If you want me dead, I'll take you down first. And he goes in. my guy, man. That is my guy. There's not much to gain here, you know. Still gonna help? Don't sweat it. Whitebeard. Don't sweat it. I owe you. Since I'm always drinking on your tab. Kaido! Hey, you two. Check this out. Whoa, no. The flippin' Yonko are gathering, son. Look at my boy. Oh, look at Kaido. Look at Kaido. You got Kaido, Rocks, and Whitebeard. Look at the aura, the hockey, bro. I don't have enough Sanhas for this chapter. I don't. Look at this. I finally got an ability. Kaido's so happy. That's great and all, but good on you. At least someone's having a fun time. Oh, mind if I ask what the Flagnars were up against? That's what I'm. So we're gonna see Kaido, Rocks, and Whitebeard against Saturn. Saturn can't handle that. Are all 5 girls singing up here? Brother, Saturn had a tough time with my goat. And listen, my goat is nasty. But Luffy's not. 3 characters. 3 of the goats. Kaido, Whitebeard, and Rux. Unless Saturn's going to show something that we've never seen before. Man. Oh my goodness. Kaido, Whitebeard, and Rux. I don't envy Saturn. I don't envy the brother. I don't. Rux by himself took out double reversing dudes and Garlink. Let alone Kaido and Whitebeard. Yonkos. Saint Saturn, what is this transformation? What the flip? What is that thing in the middle? Why didn't we see this against Luffy? Is this like his flipping super form? I thought we already saw his super form. Why is it silhouetted? That thing is enraged with conkers. Look at the lightning. What in the Flagnards is going on? Did he fuse? What? This looks so weird. I don't know if this thing in the middle is supposed to imply that this is Saturn, like, coming in at super high speeds, and, like, his body is still trying to form into the spider. But we see the horn down on the bottom. I'll come back to this. Maybe this is a dream after all. What's up with this island? Garp, I think he's heading over there. It's been one adventurous twist after another today. Roger's heading over there. What is it, you ask? If I had to say, it's... Yeah. Dude. Dude. Oh. Yo. I was seeing stars. I was seeing stars. Number one, I ran out the room because I saw the internet went out. And I was like, oh no. I didn't know when the internet went out. So did y'all see the end part of me reading that chapter? did y'all see, oh my god, what we just saw at the end of this chapter? Were we still live? Dude. Dude. I went and ran. And when I saw the red light, I was like, wait, I came back into the room and I saw that thing was disconnected. So I went back, I tried to mess with it, and I came back. Oh, and while at the same time as all that, I was trying to breathe. I just noticed this thing's out of control. Thank God it didn't fall. Oh, man. I caught out red at emu. You can't make this stuff up, dude. Why does this always happen to me? But you know what? I'm grateful that the stream lasted until that moment. Emu legitimately knocked out my internet again for the second night in a row. So let's read through this one more time. Anyone watching the VOD is probably mad confused. I think the internet went out mid me reading this final here. Oh man, I need air. What is it, you ask? If it had to say, I'd say it's the world. What are we up against? We're up against the world. So that blob that I thought. So what I was formulating while the stream was gone was that what I thought was just Saturn was actually Emu having taken over Saturn the same way he took over Gunko. Because I was so confused. Because when the hockey went off and it showed all three of them shook, I was like, there's only one individual alive. Only one individual alive who would have Rox, Roger, and Garp shook. And that's flipping, that's Emu. So I was like, Emu took over Gunko. Emu took over Gunko. That's it. Or Emu that already took over Gunko because Dumi Reversi, that we saw it earlier in the chapter, was unleashing his Aki. So I was like, okay, Emu's here. But then it showed Saturn. I was like, I know the Godos here are nasty, but I don't know if Saturn is enough to shake all three of them. But I was like, you know what? Maybe it is the Godos hockey. But no. Now, with the lens of this final image of the chapter, all of it makes sense. Emu directly showing up. You know what? I have so much respect for Emu after this. I have so much respect for Emu, so don't take me out for saying this. I have so much respect for Emu for this. Because Emu ran up to run the ones. Emu said, let me take care of this. You haven't fought Rox yet? Fine. I'ma do it. I'ma fight Rox. So we're gonna have Whitebeard, Kaido, and Rox against Emu? Bro, book it and send it. Book it and send it. If I see Emu boxing at any point in this chapter Rocks, or in this arc, in this flashback, Rocks, Kaido, Whitebeard, and potentially Garp and Roger, we're in for peak. We're in for a masterpiece here. I was expecting Emu to show up, but not to take Saturn. This dude took over Saturn, and he's coming directly for them. This is gonna be nuts. It's gonna be the boys against Emu. Yo, for real, Saba. Saturn was like, yo, this might go south. Emu was like, excuse me? Who do you think you're talking to? Put me in the game, coach. I've been wanting to run the ones with Rocks. God, and how much does that add on to Rocks' legacy? That the dude not only ran up on Emu, but he left so much of an imprint on Emu that Emu had to show up again. Emu had to pop up to be like, I'm gonna take care of this one. That's one that's for me. Do you know how much that puts on Rocks? Oh, man. When you have the one boxing your son for final antagonist in the series, to personally be like, hey, you went and paid me a visit, now I'm gonna go out and pay you a visit. You said you were gonna show up in front of me? Nah, I'll bring the fight to you. I got respect for Emu on that. Because there's no sneaking about this. He said, I'm popping in and we're taking care of business. Taking care of business. We're running it. Bro, my birthday chapter is going to... Because next chapter, we're going to be reading it on birthday eve. So I'm going to be reading it on my birthday. Especially, what time is it? It's 12 o'clock. So whenever we do the next chapter stream, it will be a birthday stream, technically. So, next chapter, for my birthday, I am going to get Emu showing up on God Valley and potentially boxing Rocks, Whitebeard, and Kaido. Can we get much higher? Can we get much higher, man? You know, earlier this year, I did a top 10 favorites of the year so far. And I was pretty certain that One Piece was going to remain in the slot that it was, because both Expedition 33 and the Xeno series playthrough was so special to me. I was like, I don't know if One Piece can go any higher, even with all the greatness Recon, because the two were just that amazing. After this chapter, I got that junk right under Xenoblade. I got this year's run of One Piece chapters right there at 1.5. And the only reason it's not 1 is because the Xeno experience was literally one of the greatest experiences I've ever had in my life. But if this flashback keeps going the way that it is, I'm no longer going to be the Wano top 1 guy. I'm just not. This arc keeps going the way that it goes, I'm going to be the Wano top 2 guy. Emu showed up. Not as Gunko, but as Saturn. Rocks. Bro, shout out to Eris. I gotta say that first and foremost. Shout out to Eris. Shout out to Dragon. Amazing individuals. Shout out to Kuma. Lovely individuals. Rocks. What a dude, man. What a dude. Kaido getting his fruit in this chapter. Man. Oh no, Jody List. My birthday is next chapter reaction. It'll be on the eve of the 25th. Eve of the 25th. Man, shout out to my boy Kaido, bro. Oh man, Kaido, bro. My guy. Bro. So now, because I just saw Lazy Muff was confident before I get to the supers, and I apologize for it. Since this chapter was so crazy, I was only planning on this stream being an hour. Because like I said, I'm still recovering. I'm not even supposed to be in this chair. I'm not supposed to be in this chair. In the same stretch of chapters, I'm going to have Emu boxing rocks. And when we get back into the present time, we're going to see Emu up against Luffy, Loki, and Zoro and Sanji. Either this is going to massively showcase how insanely powerful Emu is and establish him as a true endgame antagonist, or we gotta see one of the... Because Emu's ability is already crazy. But, listen, Rocks? Kaido? Whitebeard? Emu's got... We're about to see a showcase of legend. I mean, truly. If Emu truly does fight all three of them, we're about to see a legendary showcase. The likes of which we've never seen. The likes of which we have never seen. I mean, it's going to be a crazy showcase. And then similarly in the present time. Insane. So I'm wondering. I'm wondering and I'm curious. I'm curious on how this whole thing with Emu's gonna go. Alright, let's read some supers. Man. Wow. Bro, I need oxygen. Okay. Starting off here, we got B Muddy. Shout out to Muddy. He comes in with a 10 and says, "Hey, Gokana, just sent the final faded letters to all my friends and family. Emailed today. I arrived in Recon in McAllen, Texas with an Amazon job." Yo, shout out to you, man. That's awesome. My 4M4Y, 4 years predestined training begins for making SS. Yo, all love to you. I'm glad that you were able to lock in with that job. Yo, that's awesome. And it started that 3D2Y training arc. 4M4Y, as you call it. Not 3D2Y. 4M4Y. That's dope. And you follow that up with, "The manga Fate and Destiny is almost here, fam. Universe / God's plan. Also, I'm so upset I missed the Cole / event stream. It was really late. We streaming until like 3 a.m. Missed a great opportunity to introduce myself to Cole and explain mine / our destinies." And they followed up with, "You and the One Piece YouTubers take your time reading last video message I sent. I still can't believe God's Universe made me the chosen one reincarnated." And then followed up with, "What happened? So glad you're fine, Gokhan. Seriously." Well, it was the internet. It wasn't me. Though I was in the other room losing my mind. I was in the other room losing my mind while I was trying to put up the flipping stuff back together, the internet back together. But in what you're talking about before, yeah, man, definitely looking forward to number one reading it, and number two, once again, a massive congratulations for landing that job, man. That is flipping awesome. We love to see it, and all the best to you on this training journey for the next 4 years. Absolutely, absolutely. All love to you, Muddy. Thank you so much for stopping by today. We're good. We are definitely good to go. Soul comes in with a 5, says, "Big Mom, I'll give this to my son." Kaido was like, "Right, man. Okay." Like, bro, what a legend. I seriously love Kaido so much, man. Like, y'all know how much I love Kaido. But I really do. Like, he just came in and said, "You were giving that to who?" Don't you mean our son? Our son ain't having that. Our son ain't getting that. He's gonna get the donut fruit. I'm gonna eat that thing. I'm Pops. I'm the big daddy around here. I'm Yakuju no Kaido. What a goat. Seriously, Soul. Seriously. All love to you, man. Thank you so much for that. 100%. Saba says, with a 2, how do you go 0-2 in the same chapter? Bro, stay down. You're talking about Garling? Bro, Garling, he got this... Bro, Garling got cooked when Rox was handicapped. Rox, unlimited... What did Garling expect? What did Garling expect? 0-2 in the same chapter. That's it. All I know is that Garling better have some sort of crazy form in the present day, or he's not messing with Dragon. He's just not. He's just not. I thought before what I saw in this chapter, I thought Garling was on their level. I thought Garling was on Rox's level, Roger's level, Garvis level. My boy, he ain't on their level. He ain't on their level. So either he got much stronger after God Valley, or this Gordosei form that he's going to attain is going to allow him to be on that level. Because at some point, he's going to box Dragon. Right? At least that's my theory. So, and if he's going to box Dragon, he's got to be built different. So either he's going and this Gordosei transformation is going to make him nice, or him taking this massive L is what led him to then become much stronger down the line. So, yeah, no, Garland got destroyed in this chapter. He got destroyed in this chapter. All up to you, Saba. Kosh Panda comes in with a 2 and says, Blackbeard inherited his off-screen powers from Xebec. I hope, Akash Panda, that the anime will give us an opportunity to be able to see Rox and Garling throwing hands. But if not, then yeah, it was inherited. Blackbeard inherited that from Xebec for sure. There's no doubt about that. And then the Akash Panda comes in and follows it up, says, Moo turn. Why is he growing out of Saturn's head though? That's what I'm saying, Akash Panda. It feels like either Emu is landing or like he's growing out, which is it's weird. It makes me think what's actually going on here. And why didn't it happen with Gunko? Or if it did happen with Gunko, we didn't see it. Because with Gunko, it was instant. Gunko, eyes, all of that. Maybe this was the first time that Emu took over Saturn's body. And thus, it led to that whole weird transformation. It just looked really strange. Where I was like, what am I looking at? Until that final page, and it made sense. But it was really weird. It just looked really, really strange. But yeah, the Moo turn. We are here for that. We are here for that Moo turn. Thank you, Akash Panda. All love to you. It just... That page was strange. So strange. We are going to see some... Like, we've already seen some crazy stuff from Emu in the present time, with like the bring out the gun and the book and the Reversi. But I wonder what we're going to see here against them, right? He's got to pull out some crazy stuff. And I'm going to assume here is where we're going to get Rox talking about the Yami Yami no Mi potentially being the thing that can, or either Emu or Rox are going to bring up the Yami Yami no Mi in this confrontation. And that's what's going to lead to its importance in the present time. That's my prediction. Alejandro Solis comes in with 5. It says, Van Augur said that they are after the world. Good point. Blackbeard, yeah. They're after the world. That's their ambition. They're after the world. The same. Oh, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. That's so true. Blackbeard and Rox's enemy is the same thing. Oh, Alejandro Solis. Yes. Oh, that's a cook. Absolutely. Absolutely. Abso-flippin'-lutely. Absolutely. Yes. 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 Blackbeard's getting revenge because the world Emo took everything from him. Also, the rocks kill his Doom Reverse Pops. That would be really tragic. If that's what's happened, if that is what happened, that's heartbreaking. That's really heartbreaking. Oh, wait. Is that what happened? Hold on. Let me go back. Oh! Oh! That's what that was earlier in the chapter! Oh! Oh my goodness! I was wondering why the Pops and Granny thing was brought up. It felt so weird. Oh! No! Rox had to take out... So, Rox had to take out his flipping Pops, his grandma, and had to say goodbye to his wife and kid, and still had the mental fortitude. He still had the mental fortitude to lay the smackdown on Garling and then proclaim that he wants to go after Emu? So Rox had to cut down his father. The same way that we know Loki is gonna witness the death of his. Dang, man. That didn't click while I was reading the chapter. Flagnards. Wow. What a goated character, bro. You gotta feel for him, man. You know, Rox might actually have the greatest death in the series. When it's all said and done. Unless Luffy dies, he genuinely might have like the best death in the series. And this is a series that has Whitebeard's death, which is going to end up, which is one of the most legendary deaths ever. Ace's death, we know how iconic that one is, right? But bro, when we see how this dude dies, just seeing the character that he is, I mean, it's gonna touch the soul, bro. It really is. How can it not? Dang, yo, it's like you can see why Loki truly looked up to this man. Alejandro Silas, phenomenal comment, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for that comment. JD Kurtz comes in with the two and says, God valued the original roof piece. It was the original roof piece, bro. These chapters are as much fun. If not, I mean, seriously, the fun that we had reading the Roof Piece chapters is the exact type of fun we're having right now. With all of the agenda, all of the just having fun when reading the chapter, all of the really cool battle sequences, but also just the excitement to read it, man. But the thing is, with all... This really was the OG Roof Piece, bro. And the thing is, what we're seeing right now has to be topped in the present time. In that final arc. Insane, JD Kurtz. Thank you, fam. Subra comes in as his peak Oda writing, by the way. Shout out to Subra, by the way. All love to Subra. says, Roger never ran because that would put his loved ones in danger, said by Garp. And now read the first dialogue of Roger on the first page. So, Roger never ran because that would put his loved ones in danger. And the first page, we've got the Rocks crew behind us and Navy out front. Go on ahead, Rayleigh. I'll handle things here. Because he didn't want to put his loved ones in danger. Great point, Subra. Roger greatness. Roger greatness. I'm very excited to see what Oda ends up doing with Roger and Garp. Because obviously we're about to have a major focal point, as this chapter's end just indicated. On the three, we're gonna have multiple different perspectives, right? We're gonna have the Eris perspective, which is currently trying to get to Lucia, which is still insane to me. Dragon trying to survive with Shanks, and we know that Dragon and Roger eventually have to meet up, right? So we have those two elements going for them as well. Now, what I'm wondering is, while if Roger ends up meeting with Dragon, and that's the individual who ends up taking Shanks, who's the one that ends up either cutting off Eris or aiding in her escape? Because the only one I could see realistically cutting her off right now is Emu. And how crazy would that be for personal conflict? You want to talk about real vendettas. If Blackbeard witnesses Emu taking out his mom in 4K and his pops, that would be really tragic. But maybe Eris does make it to Lucia, and then something happens over there. Regardless, we're going to be following the Roger perspective, the Dragon perspective, the Garp perspective, and the Rocks perspective, and of course the Emu one, from this point forward. And I wonder what happened with Gunko, because we haven't seen her since chapter 1060 or 1160. And knowing with like present day context how important she is, I wonder what if she's gonna have any type of role here in the near future as well. But now that you bring up this Roger thing, I'm wondering how we're about to handle the Roger and Garp element of this flashback. Because you're absolutely right. Now that we're really getting into the character or writing of it all, I wonder what type of character moments are on the horizon for individuals like Garp and Roger. And specifically of Roger, this legendary figure and individual. We're bound to have greatness from all of these different legendary characters. And I'm so excited to see that from Roger here in the coming chapters. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Super, super goated stuff, Subra. Thank you for that. Akash Panicos membership for 15 months. And says, Emu Domi reversing Rock's dad and grandma is from Mighty Jaw is scary. So, that's what I was confused about. Because when I saw Domi Reversi, I was like, man, does that mean that Emu's already here? So, that was already extremely exciting. But then when we found out that Emu wasn't even there. So that means that, like you said, Emu Domi Reversi them from the Holy Land, which is nuts! Emu was talking to Saturn telepathically, and Rock said to kill his relatives. That's just insane to me, man. The fact that Rock said to take out his pops and his grandma in 4K. Rock's lost everyone close to him in that moment. God, man, what a character! What a character! Thank you, Akash Panda. Who follows that up with Emu versus Rocks, Whitebeard, Kaido, Roger, and Garp. So Emu versus if Emu fights all of them, Emu's gotta be the final antagonist. I don't know how you can supersede that. Unless it's Emu versus Luffy and Blackbeard and Shanks and Dragon and, all the individuals in the current time. Because, Emu against all of them? That's nuts. 3Ds and 2 Yonko, like you said? Throw Big Mom in there too? Everyone on God Valley jumped Emu and Emu wins? There is no better way to propel an individual to stardom than that. We've built up the entire series of these legendary individuals. Roger, Whitebeard, Rox, Big Mom, Kaido, all of them. Garp. And if they all lose to Emu, you want to talk about propelling the endgame. You want to talk about understanding why Joy Boy lost. Do you know how much hype that would add for Joy Boy? The fact that it took all of them jumping, this is just a hypothetical situation, but all of them jumping Emu, they lose, and Joy Boy's hockey from 800 years ago brings Emu to his knees? That's Luffy upscale. That's Luffy upscale, man. Oh, man. So, but we don't know. We don't know what's about to happen. But I'll tell you what. If there's anyone that can do it, it's Emu. And but how crazy would that be? How insane would that be? Thank you, Akash Panda. Saba comes in with a 2. I can't believe I just read that. Like you're so right. You're so right, Akash Panda. It would be nuts. That's what I'm saying. Like, how in the Flying Fighters is Luffy gonna beat that? We're gonna need Gear Infinity. You know what I'm saying? Man. It's like, exactly, like, it's crazy. Then Saba comes in with a 2 and says, Emu for the rest of the year. Hands, hands, hands. Straight hands! Emu's going to be boxing in the flashback and in the manga. And the thing is, Saba, Emu's got to box on Elbath and in the Holy Land. Because if Blackbeard invaded the Holy Land, Blackbeard's going straight for the throne. So we're going to see Emu boxing in the flashback, on Elbath, and in the Holy Land. Back to back to back. Obviously, this one's in the thing, but we're going to be seeing Emu just throwing hands for the rest of the year. Maybe even going into next year. Thank you, Saba. I appreciate you. That's so true. Akash Panda comes in with a 2 and says, Ace went to Lucia because he heard Blackbeard would be there. Oh, and that's where he met the Moo Girl from the Skypiea cover story. Oh, snap. Good call. It's a good shout, Akash Panda. That's a good shout. Chasing him and trying to find him wherever it is he possibly could be. That's a good shout, Akash Panda. That's a really good shout. Dang, that's a good shout. Yeah. Man, but on the topic of Leloucia, how sick of an individual is Emu? Emu's a petty flagnard. I mean, like, yeah. I get to take out this island. This island that's faded, right? Connected to the Davy. Connected to that Flagnard rocks. Goes in and just wipes out Leloucia? What a petty individual. Oh, it's just fate. My bad, Emu. I didn't mean it. But, you know, like, that's nuts. That's nuts. I gotta see how this Leloucia thing plans out. Because if he stops Eris from going to Leloucia and still wipes out Leloucia 20 years later, or I'm sorry, 30 something years later, 38 years later, it's like, man, that's nuts. That is exactly. First time he gets to Mother Flame, he immediately goes for Leloucia. Like, how? He's sick in the head. He is legitimately sick in the head. Pretty and petty. It's like, man, insane. Thank you, Akash Panda. Saint Shady comes in with a 5 and says, hey, Coach, if you've not read the 12 pages, Oda interviews his backstory over at Pew Piece, I have not. I highly recommend it. And yes, you can skip the Watsuki portion. So Oda did a 12-page interview recently. Okay, I will definitely check that out over on there. If somebody can send me a link after this over on Discord, I'll definitely read it whenever I wake up in the morning. That'd be dope. Definitely want to see Oda interview and backstory. That sounds cool. Thank you, Saint Shady. I honestly didn't know about that. And then Muddy comes in with a 2 and says, thank you, and I'm talking about your health. Oh, no, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. It's just something that's I've been dealing with, especially in the last few years. and then complications came in. I had to go in to the doctor on Sunday, and I've been dealing with a recovery ever since. Mainly because of what's happening. There's a reset going on to my system, so it's more like the medications that have just been making me feel like I have no stamina, and even with that, y'all, medications that have me feel like I have no stamina. I've been exhausted, and I've done 2 straight back-to-back days of 3-hour streams. Only One Piece. Only One Piece. Right? Like, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Yo, for real, Kosh Panda, Emu was like, yo, I've been waiting for this for 38 flipping years. It's like, come on, man. Let me see. Hey, I can actually read that first part. That first part says "kore wa," and then I don't know anything else after that. But I can actually read a little bit of Japanese now. "Kore wa." Hold on, let me type this into Google Translate. This really proves that Roger and Garp didn't fight to stop Davy Xebec. And this really shows what really happened in God Valley. And you know what, my friend? This chapter goes to show that just like the rest of the series is showcased, that a lot of the stuff that's fed as information throughout the ages is always hiding the true piece of the puzzle that they're trying to hide. And what they were trying to hide was that the biggest taboo was at risk here, which is that anyone that sees Emu has to die. Which is why I'm starting to believe there is a possibility. Because the thing is, right, if Whitebeard and Kaido and all of them would have seen Emu, then they would have had to die. So I'm assuming either Emu directly submerges within Saturn, and they only see Saturn, and that's why they're able to stay alive, or Emu only comes out, like, physically, to confront Rocks. Which would be nuts. Yeah, that would be so cool. But if the others actually saw Emu, it's like, man. But on your first point in regards to, like, Roger and Garp, they didn't fight specifically to stop Xebec. It was for the Emu portion, right? It just once again leads me back into that Celestial Dragon plotline. Like, what's about to happen that's going to cause that to happen? If it does, the protection of Celestial Dragons. If it's not propaganda, if it's propaganda, then it's propaganda. But if it's not propaganda, then what would cause Roger and Garp to do such a thing? That would mean something catastrophic, like the Domi Reversi, has to happen. So, imagine Emu saying, "Screw all this," goes in and tries to take out the Celestial Dragons, and Roger and Garp. You know how nuts that would be? Emu's like, man, to the Flagnars with all these sickos, I'm just gonna wipe everybody out. And Roger and Garp are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, man. And Super comes in with a 40 and says, did Roger and Garp fight against Domi Rocks? Ah, that's an interesting thought. So... Oh, that's interesting. So while Roger and Garp are running towards them, what you're implying, Subra, is that while they're running there, Rocks gets Domi Reversi'd. That Emu leaves Saturn's body, or while he's in Saturn's body, is able to weaken Rocks enough to Domi Reversi him, flip him, and then maybe that's the betrayal that Kaido's talking about. That the betrayal is that he was forced to fight against his captain alongside Whitebeard and potentially Big Mom in that moment. And everything changed. That's actually a fantastic idea, because that would go into the idea of betrayal. That would go into what that betrayal was, what Kaido meant by that, right? Because he would have to know that that's not rocks. That's not what his rocks would do. That's not what his captor would do. So maybe it implies his own self betrayal of not being able to take care of the situation at hand, and or run away when they should have been there for the captain. And so I love your idea, because that would imply that Imu on the way over there, Rocks potentially gets weakened. Domi reverses Rocks. Rocks is then forced to fight against his crew. His crew goes away as like Rocks is trying to regain composure. The crew goes away, and then that's when Roger and Garp show up, and it has to be Roger and Garp versus Domi reversing Rocks. And man, that man. Dang, dude. If that's truly the way it's about to go down, that's heartbreaking for all parties involved. Dang, that is heartbreaking, bro. If that's the case. Thank you, Supra. Yeah, no doubt I should Samurai Jiro. By the way, I should Samurai Jiro, yeah, I forgot to, because you said it earlier, congrats on finishing Sky the First. That's awesome. Rocks drew a... Oh, thank you for sending it. Rocks drew a do not cross line across the island like how Rayleigh did in Return to Sabaody. Ooh. Oh, you were talking about the monster line, like whenever he did it in front of Garling. He was like, yeah, man, listen, if you're not a monster, like how Takamura said in Hajime no Ippo, if you're not a monster, don't go beyond this line. You know what I'm saying? Do not go beyond this line. Lizard said, look at Rock's sword on the page where he says, how dare you go after my family. It kind of looks like the sword behind Imu on the second to last page of 908. Ooh, did Imu take Rock's sword as a prize? That's fascinating. Let me pull out the volume. 908. With the Imu chapter. Ooh, yeah, the one. Oh, hold on. Yo, Lizard, that's a cook! It is! That's the sword! It's got the little thing on the hilt and all. He took Rox's sword as a prize! Imu is so flipping petty! Imu is so petty! Imu took Rox's sword as a prize. But you know what? It makes sense. Because if you look at the swords that are all in the empty throne room, I assume those are all swords of the ancient civilization, right? Of the ancient kingdom. All the swords of like the people of the past, showcasing their victory over those individuals. And if Imu has kept the giant straw hat, Imu just seems the type of individual to just carry on the memories of those whom he has defeated. Maybe that's going to end up being a really cool way of like intertwining that with like Imu's character in some way, shape, or form. But that is so petty and nuts. Imu's Drake levels of petty. That is great. What the flip? That is a great comment. Great flipping comment. Lizard. Yo, Blackbeard's bounty poster was cut up, Winston. Cut up. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That is. Thank you, Akash Panda. Thank you for the distinction. Thank you for the distinction. That is true. That is true. That is true. I appreciate you for that because I actually forgot about that. Lexi the Sunflower comes in with a 5,000 and says, "Speaking of Ace going to Lucia, check out the cover story from chapter 276, volume 30. I think volume 30 in the is that the NL volume? That is the NL volume, chapter 276. Let's see here. My beloved Skypea, man. What an arc. And he's, yeah, Ace searching for Blackbeard, and he kicks the Flagnards out of Dr. Blackbeard. He's got the hat, or got the hair, the suitcase. I forgot about this. Oh, this is great. So, you think this is Lucia? Potentially? Let me go to 277. Yeah, no question. No doubt. So this is Lelucia, and he found a fake Blackbeard in Lelucia. That is kind of nuts, Lexi the Sunflower. I forgot about this fake Dr. Blackbeard. The original Demaro Black. Thank you for that. Thank you, Lexi the Sunflower. Appreciate you. When Blackbeard picks up his dad's sword and becomes the world's strongest swordsman. Yo, man, don't even. Bro, Blackbeard goes into that room and picks up this. Oh my gosh. Yo, the Black. I've always been hyped for Blackbeard because of how much I love his character. But my hype for Blackbeard has never been higher. I can't wait. I really can't wait for Blackbeard greatness in the present time. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. National Samurai Jiro for Sky SC. Emu getting PTSD from the Davy clan member. How's Rock's lineage still alive? Yo, facts. Facts. Yo, Emu's gonna get crazy PTSD in the present. Oh man, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait. This flashback is setting up so many things I can't wait to see in the present time. Kaido smacking Big Mom with the club for the brood. Oh, that was such a great battle. TCB removed I truly knew nothing line from Roger's dialogue. Roger expresses excitement at the idea that there is still so much for him to know, like Emu. Oh. That's fascinating. So Roger found excitement. Oh, that's cool. That adds a lot of Pirate King energy to Roger for being excited from experiencing an aura like that. That's actually really cool. That's actually really cool. Thank you for sharing that with me, actually, Akash Panda. I did not know that. Kaido highlighted the chapter. Yo, Kaido's definitely one of the highlights of the chapter. There's no doubt. My boy. Oh, Marty comes on the super and says, I'm going to send you my Zootopia letter also, and Elsa being me. Gotcha. Hey, send him. We'll definitely read him. Thank you, Marty, for the super. Appreciate you. I love how all three of Rox, Garp, and Roger had reactions to Emu that fit them so well. Rock's the only one that knew what was going on. Garp was trying to make sense of it and all. Roger saw Emu as a new adventure. Yeah, yeah, for real. Exactly. Blackbeard was indeed on that island. It just wasn't the right Blackbeard. 100%. Exactly what Brandon King. It was a Demaro Blackbeard. Emu face reveal on a birthday stream. It'll be nuts, Akash Panda. Yo, next chapter. Oh my goodness, bro. Next chapter is gonna be so nuts. And the fact that it's gonna be a birthday stream is even crazier. Exactly like Super said. It would probably go box the mural for chapter of the year. No doubt. God, what a year for chapters, man. Imagine Katakuri with Kaido's fruit. It'll be nuts. It'll be nuts. But ladies and gentlemen, I have to end it here. Like I said, I'm not even supposed to be in the chair. But y'all have this stream was awesome, and I'm thankful that my internet was survived long enough for this to happen, and that y'all were able to get the full reaction, even though it cut off there right at the end, which is very spooky. It always happens with Emu, bro. It happened right before we got to Emu in chapter 1086. It happened a couple weeks ago with something else with Emu. It's always so spooky that the Emu chapters is when my internet just dies. It just happens each time. But man, all love to everybody who was here tonight. All love to everybody who was here last night for the Vincent stream over on Cole's channel. There is another collab that I have planned for later on in the week. And then when I get the opportunity, there's some other videos that, of course, I would love to get out as well. Especially next week, since it's going to be a break week. But I am so excited for next chapter. And like I said, because it is going to be a birthday chapter, it adds another layer of like, oh man, that's going to be a crazy day. It's going to be a crazy fun day, but I'm so excited for it. But all love to everybody who stopped by here today. This chapter was so awesome. So awesome. I mean, I loved just so much about it. The rock stuff, the dragon, and Eris, and Kaido, and Emu, and it's just like, let's flipping go, man. Big Makuma, like, I loved it. Awesome stuff. So, oh yeah, no doubt, Akash Panda. We're definitely gonna have to get that, no doubt. Oh yeah, Genpachi Sensei, bro. I've been so in my own world, and because I haven't been on social media, I forgot Genpachi Sensei comes out in October. I'm gonna have to watch that, Lizard. No doubt. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait. Thank you for reminding me of that. But all love, man. Thank you, Jody List. Appreciate you. So I will see y'all for the next chapter in 2 weeks for the greatness. But until then, y'all have a good one, and take care, man. Yo, I can't believe we just read that chapter, bro. Holy. Vincent's stream was like Shanks, Luffy, and Kaido sitting having a chat. No doubt. We need an Emu Eye emote for the chapter. Yo, for the chat, we might actually need an Emu Eye emote for sure. Yo, Quack 2, what's good? Hoping to see some Roger and Rox team up soon. And of course, Gunko update. Yo, if we get a Roger and Rox team up on top of all of this, oh man, inject it. And like you said, I can't wait to see what's going on with Gunko as well. But all love to y'all. Take care. I'm gonna go sleep for quite some time. But all love to y'all, man. What a chapter. What a super fun chapter. God, I didn't even think about that Quack 2. Yeah, that all of these, the reversey talk and the Rocks. God, if we get Roger and Rocks teaming up too,